Pickens.
In.
I think he's in.
Ogunjobi.
I don't know if I put him in, but I don't. No, I think he's in.
Joey Porter Jr.
No.
Look at Bob.
I thought you were asking both of us. Am I?
No, we have him as a guest.
Right.
I've already asked you. I'll be back. Who else am I missing here? Joey Porter, Dante Jackson.
I think he'll be in.
Then why didn't they play the other day? How are you not in for this gigantic game that they're paying it as, to the point where they put T.J. Watt obviously compromised out there, to the point where Joey Porter goes back in injured? If that's your theme of that game, we have to win, go out there hurt. Why didn't these guys play in that game?
Well, as the road gets narrowed, as you told us, things tend to change here. I don't know if I quite believe that. As in, I think they should be stayed out. I'm glad that they didn't play in this Baltimore game.
You think he was saving him?
I think he was. I mean, come on. First, if he says this road gets narrow, we look at it more of a short-term thing rather than a long-term thing. Then all of a sudden, his five starters aren't.
Then
what about T.J. Watt?
Yeah. Then what about T.J.?
Well, you're not going to tell T.J. Watt. That's one guy that I think if Mike Tomlin says you're not playing, T.J. be like, yeah, get out of here. I think T.J. was
But
playing
he was off
regardless.
the injury report, so you're
He was never on it. Yeah, he was on the. He wasn't
but
even
clearly
doubtful.
compromised in the game.
He didn't look 100%.
He didn't look anywhere close. He was getting single blocked by a guy with Garden in his name. What was his name? Gardner?
He was a gardener before he became a tackle.
Come on. He was getting
he
single
wasn't
blocked.
100%. I wish they would have moved him around a little bit more. That might have helped his ankle out. But he wasn't going to come out of that game. But the other guys, I think you needed to give them the benefit of the doubt of that rest. Maybe not Ogunjobi. I thought he was going to play. But the Jacksons, the Elliots, the Pickens, let him roll, man. Like I've been saying this, and I told Bob
You mean
this.
let him roll, let him rest?
Let him rest.
Yeah.
Let him rest. Let him roll with their injuries and let him get healthy. As I told Bob last night, and he probably totally disagrees with me. I would much rather have them 100% healthy without question and be on the road for round one of the playoffs.
Me too.
Than the other way around.
Me too.
Well,
You're speaking
first of
my
all-
language.
first of all,
Health
no.
over home.
You
Health
can't
over
blanket-
home.
You can't blanket
I'm
say
blanking it.
they're all not. They're all going to be injured to some degree. I'm putting an emphasis on getting a home playoff game. That's what this is all about. That's why you play this entire season.
No, it's all about winning a playoff game.
Okay, but you have a better chance, I think, of doing it at home.
I think better
the
chance
The
healthy.
only chance you have is with George Pickens.
Well, he's going to be healthy no matter what, I think.
Is he? Or does he need that extra week to make
Do
sure?
you know something we don't
No,
know
I'm
about?
just saying, if he's going to play, and it looks, Mike Tomlin said there's a real chance. That was his words. A real chance he can play. So I'm assuming that means he'll play. If he plays, and if he plays the last game, or if they clinch, then he doesn't have to play the last game. They're going to be healthy, plus they'll be at home. Now,
what does that mean?
I think the home is very important. A 3 seed versus being something on the road.
Those teams 3 through 7 are all the same.
I'm not sure I wouldn't want to play the Texans over anybody, to be honest with you. But, yes, I would rather be at home. Let me be clear about that.
You have everything.
But the choice is home or healthy. I'm taking healthy.
But they're not. It's not going to be 100% unhealthy. That's.
So you would take a chance of running George out there, maybe not 100%, with a 20% possibility that he aggravates that hamstring and he's out. I wouldn't even take that chance. I wouldn't.
Okay. Regardless of whether he plays or not, to me, it's important to win this division and get that. I think it is important. And I'm never going to not think that. They're playing these games to win them for a reason. T.J. Watt played last week.
It is important, but is it most important? Is it more important? Is it worth taking that risk that he just described to try to get a home playoff game?
There are risks in practice. When did George Pickens get injured?
You have a guy who's already hurt. There's a clear risk.
These practices, I think me walking to the actual practice field,
if there is no risk,
more than them during.
If there is no risk, then why didn't they play in Baltimore?
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
And their 5 starters are the ones who sat.
When they get to the playoffs, I'm assuming they're all going to be available to play. And if they are, I'd rather play at home.